Alright everybody, welcome back to Conquer and Commander. Today we're going to be looking at my old Krond the Dawn-Clad deck. The link to the deck list will be in the video description, so I will put it up right there. Due to the holidays, I just don't really have enough time to whip up a new deck for you guys, so I'm just going to be playing some of my older decks here. Krond is over a year old, I think. And I think I'm just going to go through some of my Selesnya decks and see what I can pull out. Anyways, that's Krond. My opponents are going to be Isperia, Supreme Judge, Azorius Control. Not much more to say about it. I don't think he actually ever casts Isperia in this game. Below him, we've got Purphoros, God of the Forge, who's going to be making a bunch of tokens and trying to kill everybody at the same time. Purphoros is very good, so somebody we've got to watch out for. Finally, we have Ixidor, Reality Sculptor. Ixidor is just goofy, so I'm not 100% sure early on what he's going to be going for. It turns out he's going to be wizard based, so we'll see what happens here. Looking at my hand, I've got 3 lands, but not a whole lot of early game action. For some reason I keep this hand. It would have been better if I had actually gone for some sent it back and tried to get some ramp, but this is what I do. I start things off and draw Armadillo Cloak. Isperia just drops, goes for an early Brainstorm, which is always interesting. Purphoros does nothing. Ixidor does nothing. I draw Enchantress's Presence, so I'll be able to draw something here soon. Purphoros goes with a Star Compass, which you don't see too often. Reliquary Tower for Ixidor, which is an issue for me, and you will see so shortly. I play Enchantress's Presence. I draw into Drum Hunter. Isperia plays Court Hussar. Okay, so when I see cards like Court Hussar, you know, I don't think they're going to be too hardcore a deck, but this turns out to be a little bit incorrect. Let's see what happens with Purphoros. Oh, he comes out. So he's definitely coming out to play. Ixidor plays Mistform War Chief. A Mistform creature you don't usually see too often, but he does reduce the mana cost of a specific type. All he's got to do is tap to become that type. It's interesting. I do finally draw into some ramp. I didn't get another land here, which was kind of frustrating, but I will go ahead and Kodama's Reach to get some more lands into play and do a whole lot of nothing. Solemn Simulacrum comes out. Now the idea behind the deck is not to go overboard with enchantments for Krond, because he doesn't get boosted when you enchant him a ton. But it does have some auras and some creatures that like auras. So again, Isperia, Solemn Simulacrums. We get Spawning Pits so that Purphoros can keep pumping out tokens. Artificial Evolution goes on Mistform War Chief to become a wizard. The evolution is interesting. You don't see it too often. Sort of like a magical hack. And then we got Lightning Greaves from Ixidor. Still no more land, so I go ahead and throw Academy Rector out there, and I try and enchant him with Rancor. I do get to draw a card, but Purphoros helps me out by using Punishing Fire to get rid of the Academy Rector. And that's fine, because what I'm looking for and what I get is Mirari's Wake to help me with my mana issues. Heuristic Study, however, is going to slow me down and help him draw cards. I get attacked, and so does Purphoros. We get Young Pyromancer. Luckily, he doesn't allow the Isperia player to draw a card. But everybody gets dinged a little bit. So people's attention is really focused on the Purphoros. There's a zombie with Lightning Greaves, and Ixidor is going to start drawing cards. Reliquary Tower is going to help him out there. So first I throw Greater Good out there and draw into a card, which is Rampant Growth, and I get another basically what I want to do is I want to make sure that when I play Krond, I'll be able to draw some cards out of him with greater good. Isperia plays Sigil of the New Dawn, which is a fun, goofy little card that I like to see every once in a while. It's a little bit of card advantage. If you have some mana up with a Wrath, you can return stuff to your hand and replay it again. I like to see that kind of card. And then Purphoros gets attacked, as well as Ixidor. And then here we come with some tokens. Seething Song for Skittering Invasion. Bam, that knocks us all down. I'm down to 22, Ixidor's at 23, and Isperia's at 24. At this point, Purphoros is at 36. So, Purphoros has become public enemy number 1 with that little display right there. Ixidor draws some more cards. He's got 7 cards in hand and does nothing. I Enlightened Tutor, going for Swiftfoot Boots. And I decide, you know what, I'm going to let the Isperia player draw a bunch of cards because I need to deal with Purphoros. And I've got Mirari's Wake. So I've got enough to be able to cast Krond, put the boots on him, and then put another enchantment on him, which I think is going to be Armadillo Cloak, if I recall correctly. There's the boots, and I'm just letting Isperia draw to deal with the immediate problem. Yeah, it's Armadillo Cloak. The reason I'm willing to let Isperia draw 3 cards is because with the Armadillo Cloak, I'm going to be able to gain some life with Krond. In addition, I'm not going to immediately get rid of Purphoros because I want him to be able to knock my opponents down a little bit while I gain life from Krond. What I do, however, is I get rid of Spawning Pit to make sure that he can't go completely nuts with his token making, the Purphoros player. I also probably should have gotten rid of Rhystic Study. I'm not sure. Instead of the Spawning Pit. That's kind of like a judgment call right there. But it does knock. It brings me up to 31 and it knocks Purphoros down to 27. Krond was a 9/9, and I'm still holding some removal. We'll see what happens here soon. Isperia plays Burnished Heart. He's just and Ponder. He wants to get some lands into play. Draw a card. So here we go. What can Purphoros do? Well, he sacrifices a bunch of Eldrazi, spawn, for some mana, and then plays Gauntlet of Might. But Ixidor has an answer. He's got Draining Whelp for that. So, and Isperia gets to draw a card. So now Purphoros sacrifices his remaining Eldrazi spawn to play Goblin Offensive for 4, which is going to knock my opponents and I down a little bit more. I go down to 21, Isperia goes to 14, and Ixidor gets attacked, so he's down to 11 now. Ixidor does nothing, obviously holding another counter or something like that. I draw into Snake Umbra. So first I play Nomad Mythmaker. I equip the boots to him, and I put Rancor on to Krond and Snake Umbra so that I can commander damage Purphoros away. So Purphoros is going to get attacked. I go ahead and commander damage him out, and I use Krond's ability to get rid of the Rhystic Study. I hope I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Rhystic Study is gone now. And I gain some life, and I draw another card. So Krond is a big bad beastie right now. He's a 12-10 with trample. I've got Crows and Verge out there in play. I've got Mirari's Wake and Greater Good and Enchantress's Presence. And I've got another land now. So I'm in a pretty good spot right now, right? Isperia sacrifices the Burnished Heart to get some more land into play, but Isperia also has 10 cards in hand, which means that even though Ixidor is drawing cards, Isperia is probably more control based, and I'm a little more worried about him, especially after he does this. He plays Akroma's Vengeance. So what I really want to do is find Reliquary Tower in my deck right now. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice Krond and draw a whole mess of cards. I don't find the Reliquary Tower. Fine. So then I sacrifice the Mythmaker as well. I do get Flicker Form, however, which is right here. And a whole bunch of things die. I draw a bunch of fun stuff. Let's see what we got here. 3 Dreams, Serra Sanctum, which doesn't help me as much right now. You have my Hollow. I don't know where all my freaking land is. And I tap my land so that I can hopefully draw into some... Well, there's Path to Exile right there. Removal. Isperia then plays Soul Ring and then follows it up with Yossi. I don't like Yossi, so I Path to Exile it with my mana that I had tapped. I've still got some mana as well. Isperia is tapped out, so I'm going to finally use my my extra mana to Crows and Verge and get a couple more lands out. Losing Mirari's Wake hurts, but you know what? Like, I should be okay. Isperia is out-ramping me at this point, which is frustrating because I've got green and he doesn't. And he's playing Azorius colors. Fine, whatever. I'm really hoping that I draw into Reliquary Tower. My guess is, at this point, I know what happens, but I'm guessing I'm not going to. Ixidor is going to play Brain Geyser for a bunch, bringing his hand size up to 12. So, all of us have big hands, but they're the only two with Reliquary Towers. I draw into Sylvan Library, which doesn't help me too much. I play Argothian Enchantress, and then Retether, putting all my enchantments on the Enchantress, and then I play Serra Sanctum so that I can tap it for a decent amount of mana with Sylvan Library and Oratog, and I put an Aura on the Oratog. What I'm hoping to do next turn is to use Rancor with Oratog to make him really big and hopefully take out Isperia. I'm at 33, Isperia is at 14, and Ixidor is at 11. I draw a bunch of stuff. I've got to discard some stuff. So unfortunately, what I do discard is Marsh Flats, Croson Tusker, and Dowsing Shaman, losing some of my recursion. However, Isperia, with all the card draw, is going to go ahead and wipe my board again with Austere Command. Fine, whatever. And then play Akroma's Arcane or Angel of Wrath. So I'm down to 27. Ixidor is going to go ahead and ponder and then clone the Akroma and attack me again. So now, obviously, I'm the big bad here. And then play Riptide Director. Oh, he didn't attack me. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. I didn't get attacked from this Akroma. Huh. So there's Void Mage Apprentice. What I really need to do now is use Krond to deal with the Akromas. I play Krond, and then I play nothing because I've also got Yavimaya Hollow so that I can regenerate Krond when I get attacked from Akroma. Isperia attacks me. I block with Krond, and I regenerate him. I don't take any damage, but a Chroma doesn't die either. There's Confiscate, stealing my Krond, and then Mold Drifter. That's frustrating too. Alright, fine, whatever. Inundate, however, helps me out a ton and brings Krond back to my hand. And then the clone comes back, copying Mold Drifter to draw some more cards. He's digging for something, and he's just looking for more stuff, I guess. Fine. So I draw Kasali Pride Mage. Alright. I play Krond again for a cheaper, and then I put Flicker Form on him. So now I've got the ability to Flicker Form Krond and bounce him when necessary. Isperia plays a Chroma again, and Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay, here is a tactical mistake. And he does attack, however. Oh no, there's no tactical mistake on my part, at least. He attacks the Ixidor player. And knocks Ixidor down to 3. Uses the 2 damage to kill off the, or try to to stop. To try to kill off the Riptide Director, but it's got 3 power, so he still lives. All right, let's shrink this down a little bit. Ixidor goes ahead and plays Gauntlet of Power, which is not good for me because I don't have any blue mana. And then plays Ixidor, and then tries to draw some cards for some wizards, and doesn't do anything. Okay, this is where I lose the game. That's a little bit of foreshadowing. I have the ability right now to kill off the Isperia player. But I screw up. How do I screw up, you say? Well, first I go ahead and I put Rancor on Krond, and then put Battle Mastery on him. Fine. What I forget to do is play the Pride Mage before I attack. So what I do is I use Krond's ability. I attack Isperia. I use Krond's ability to remove Krond from the game, or remove a Chroma from the game. And I attack Isperia, and he's got Mold Drifter to block. Mold Drifter's a 3/3. So if I had actually... Oh no, Mold Drifter's a 3/3, and I forget about this. If I had played the Pride Mage, it would have pumped Krond 1 more, and I would have been able to kill Isperia right here. But I didn't do that. Instead, I leave Isperia at 1. Yeah, that's bad. So then finally I figure out my mistake. I play the Pride Mage. And this is another mistake that I do. I did not use the Pride Mage to kill off the Gauntlet right now. Because the Isperia player has the extra Gauntlet mana. This is bad. I shouldn't have done this. Alright. So, what does Isperia do? First, she plays Thran Dynamo. Then she... Wrath of God. Fine. So I'm going to go ahead and Flicker Form Krond away, and then use the Pride Mage to blow up the Gauntlet. There it is. And then I'm going to Flicker Form Krond away. And that wipes the board of everybody else. And then he tries to Tidings, but Ixidor discombobulates. Fine, whatever. And then he casts Factor Fiction, targeting Ixidor. And he ends up drawing Blazing Archon. Fine. Krond comes back. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm pretty close. I can just go ahead and kill off Isperia this turn. Well, Caged Sun comes out. And then Lord of Realities, or whatever the heck that guy is, comes out. And then a Morph. And then Pulse of the Fields, or Forge, or whatever. Dross. I don't know. One of the freaking pulses. Grid. Pulse of the Grid. And then the Bident comes out. Okay, fine. So now is my turn, right? I go ahead and first play Beast Within, getting rid of Caged Sun. Because I know that the Ixidor player has something. He's got Hibernation, which is going to return all green permanents to their owner's hand. I can't allow that to happen to Krond. It saves the Isperia player right now. So I've got to Flicker Form Krond so that I don't lose all this crap. Fine. Yeah, that's too bad. But I get rid of the Caged Sun. And then I go ahead and 3 Dreams just to tutor up some stuff. I tutor up Bear Umbra, Celestial Umbra, no. And Shield of the Oversoul. Celestial Mantle, my bad. Okay. So Krond comes back. Ugh, this gives Isperia the time to go ahead and play his Blazing Archon. Oh no, first he Supreme Verdicts. I don't have the mana, so Krond dies. Yeah, I screwed this up somehow. What did I do? Yeah, see, and if I had tapped my mana right, I could have saved Krond with Yavimaya Hollow, but I didn't, and I screwed that up. Just a whole bunch, like, multiple mistakes here that keep me from taking this game. So now the Blazing Archon comes out to protect him, which means that I need to have Krond come out. Oh, and there's Mind's Eye to help him draw cards. I need to have Krond come out and attack the Ixidor player so that I can remove Blazing Archon from the game. There's Ixidor and a Morph and another Morph. Fine, whatever. There's a Solemn Simulacrum. Krond is going to come back out. And I just leave up the mana so that I can regenerate him with Yavimaya Hollow if necessary. Sword of Fire and Ice, and I get attack. Okay, so this is another issue. Stop. I could have blocked him, but I didn't. I didn't mainly because I wanted to save my my Yavimaya Hollow mana just in case there was another destroy something or other. And I get hit from the sword, and he draws another card with Isperia. There's Consecrated Sphinx. Fine, whatever. And then there's Luminate Primordial. That's what really screws me. I take the life. Weaver of Lies is one of the creatures that was removed from the game. So now Isperia is in a pretty good position. He's still only at 1 life, but he's going to be able to draw a ton of cards. I get attacked by these 2 guys. Fine, whatever. Isperia draws some more cards. And that allows this, and then Ixidor concedes. Okay. And the problem with Ixidor conceding is that now I can no longer use the Krond attack ability to get rid of Blazing Archon, which is really what I need to do. So I'm basically hosed at this point. Unless I can remove the Archon from the game with Swords to Plowshares or something like that. Alright. So I need to draw into something good. Instead I draw Sakura Tribe Elder and Solemn Simulacrum. Fine. Whatever. So I play the Elder. And I play the Simulacrum. I've got like at least 1 more turn. But I'm being overwhelmed with card advantage right now. There's Isperia, which doesn't help, and I go ahead and block one of the guys and draw a card from Solemn Simulacrum, and I'm basically searching for like Wrath of God at this point. But I know he's got like counter spells or something, so I'm more or less hosed at this point. And there's the Glenderlander Archmage, which is going to hose all my stuff, and then Phyrexian Metamorph Cupping Archmage. And that's it. I'm dead. Because I draw Return to Dust, and then I have no way of blocking anything. So anyways, yes, I could have won this game, but I didn't. So good game to the Isperia player. He's got Gideon as well. I mean, I couldn't handle the card advantage at that point, and I wasn't drawing anything, and I lost all my card draw stuff. So turn 16, hard fought battle. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Thanks.